Good morning, students. Our today's chemistry topic is explanation of some phenomena on the basis of osmosis. As you can see here, there are some examples or some phenomena. First one is raw mangoes shrivels into pickles when placed in concentrated common salt solution. That is forming the, you can say, pickle, or we are forming achar of mangoes or pickles of mangoes. So this happens due to osmosis only. Wilted flowers. Wilted means whenever the flowers are tilted. If this is a particular flower, and if tilted or like this is known as wilted flowers. So they revive when they placed in fresh water. This is due to the osmosis. All of the phenomena are due to osmosis only. Limped carrots becomes firm again they are when placed in water. Preservation of meat by salting and that of fruits by adding sugar is also due to osmosis. And you can see here also, because as you can see here, preservation of meat by salting and that of fruits by adding sugar, this is explained by osmosis. This is because bacteria which is responsible for spoiling them loses water in the salt meat or candied fruits due to osmosis. So it will shrivel and die. So the bacteria which spoil the food will die due to osmosis, as we put it in the salted sugar or fruits put it in the sugar solution. So people taking a lot of salt or salty food develop swelling or puffiness of their tissues. So when there is a fluffiness or swelling in your body, it means the person is having much more salt in his or her diet. So this particular disease is called edema. This is due to the retention of water in tissue cell. So there is a less amount of retention of water, you can say. So this is edema. These are some phenomena. These are simple phenomena. You can easily read them and understand. Determination of molecular mass. Now, as you know, pi v is equal to nRT. As I said earlier, that this is your Van't Hoff equation. This is known as Van't Hoff equation for dilute solutions. So this is your Van't Hoff equation. So pi v is equal to nRT, and as we know, n is the number of moles here. So formula for number of moles is equal to given mass by molecular mass. So if we are finding the number of moles of solvent, we type or we write 1, and if we are finding the number of moles of solute, then we can write n2, or simply we can say we are writing n here. So here n are the number of moles of solute, and that will be equal to mass of solute, given mass, that is W2, upon molecular mass, that is M2. So 2 is designated for solute, 1 is designated for solvent. This is for solute. Now n is equal to W2 upon M2. So we will put the value here. Pi v is equal to W2 upon M2 RT. Now from here we will calculate molecular mass of solute easily. So M2 is equal to W2 RT upon pi v. So this is your formula for the molecular mass of solute. So by measuring the osmotic pressure, we are able to find the molecular mass of the solute. Here R is a gas constant whose value is 0.0821 liter atmosphere per degree per mole, and pi, that is osmotic pressure, is expressed in atmosphere, and T is expressed in degree Kelvin. So this method is usually not preferred for the determination of molecular masses due to many experimental difficult problems or difficulties. So this is good method, but this is not stable for every particular. So for the determination of molecular masses of protein, polymers and other macromolecules, it is considered be the one of most suitable method. So if you want to determine the molecular mass of protein, polymers or any macromolecules which are large in size, can be calculated by osmotic pressure. And for such substances such as protein, polymer, for the determination of molecular mass of proteins, polymers, etc., if we are finding it by the elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, and other qualitative properties, these are not useful, but osmotic pressure is useful for this. But these other methods are not useful due to the reason. First reason is the changes observed in these properties are very small, because when the changes in the properties of these proteins, polymers are very small, are very small. On the other hand, osmotic pressure of the order is 10 raised to power 3 that can be observable. It means you can say, if we are measuring the properties of proteins by osmotic pressure, then the change will be in the order of 10 raised to power 3 atmosphere, or something which can be easily measured. But if we are measuring the changes in the properties of protein, polymers in terms of elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, then the terms may have in that form of 0.0001. So this is not suitable, so this representation is not much good. So we use the osmotic pressure here. And elevation in boiling point method for biomolecules such as protein is not stable, because these molecules, proteins, are not stable at high temperature, whereas osmotic pressure can occur or can be measured at room temperature. So it is another good point of osmotic pressure, that it can be measured at room temperature. And osmotic pressure method has the advantage that it has molarities instead of molalities. So in osmotic pressure we use molarity instead of molarity. So these are the advantage of osmotic pressure or osmosis. Now the numericals. So there is another formula we didn't study in the chapter, is pi is equal to HDG. Here pi is your pressure and H is your height of the volume, D is the density, and G is acceleration due to gravity. That is always equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So density and height will be given to us in the particular numericals. So you can see the first numerical here. We have to calculate the osmotic pressure of 0.01 molar solution of cane sugar at 300 Kelvin. When R is given to you 0.0821 atmosphere per liter atmosphere per degree per mole. So you just have to calculate osmotic pressure, write down the formula of osmotic pressure. Pi is equal to CRT. Here we are not using the formula pi v is equal to nRT, because no number of moles are given in the question, no volume is given, but concentration is given. So we use C. Value of C is equal to 0.01. Value of R is given 0.0821, and value of T is also given, that is 300 Kelvin temperature. So when we multiply these three terms, we will get 0.2463. So we will get 0.2463 atmosphere. Now this is your first part A of the numerical, and second part B you can see easily. If this solution were placed in a tube of uniform cross-sectional area of 1 centimeter square, so cross-sectional area 1 centimeter square with the semi-permeable membrane at the lower end, and this end is dipped in pure water, what will be the height of vertical column developed? So what they are saying, we are dipping particular area, a particular solution in the tube. So lower end this end is dipped in pure water. We are putting this particular solution in the pure water. As we are putting the solution in pure water will enter to the solution and the columns get rises. So what will be the height, they are asking us, when the density of solution is 1 gram per ml. So the formula for measuring the height is used, as I already told you, that pi is equal to HDG. G is gravity due to acceleration, that is 9.8 meter per second. D D is the density of the solution, that is your 1 gram per ml. So 1 gram per ml, and H is the height we have to calculate, and pi is the osmotic pressure given. So you can see here the pressure is in terms of atmosphere, and D is in terms of gram per ml, and G is in the form of 9.8, that we can say meter per second. So now we have to convert the units. Firstly, we have to convert the atmosphere unit into Newton meter, or in the terms of Newton per meter square. You can say atmosphere. If we want to convert 1 atmosphere into Newton per meter square, then we have to multiply, or we have, you can say this, 1 atmosphere is equal to 1.01 into 10 raised to power 5 Newton per meter square. So when there is a 0.2463 atmosphere, then we will have to multiply 0.2463 with 1.01 into 10 raised to power 5. Then in this way it will convert into Newton per meter square. So we have converted pressure. Now density is given in gram per ml. We have to convert it into the kilogram per meter cube. So 1 gram per ml will be equal to 10 raised to power 3 kilogram per meter cube. So this is your density. Now put the values of all the terms. You can easily see here pi, that is your pressure, is equal to H, density is 10 raised to power 3, and G is 9.8. So when we multiply this and divided this, so by solving we get H is equal to 2.54 meter. So hence in this way length is measured. Now the rest of the numericals you have to do it on your own. The problem for practice you have to do it on your notebook. The examples you can do it on your rough notebook, but the problem for practice you have to do it on your fair notebooks. So if you have any kind of problem while doing numericals, you can WhatsApp the problem, so that I will send you the solution.